Just waiting on everyone to join. Hey, now I see some people coming in. How's it going, guys? What time is it? Afternoon, good afternoon. Well, if you're in Eastern time, good afternoon, y'all. Hey guys, just real quick, I wanted to give you guys an update of what just happened. I'm at the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, which is, again, Osceola County. I was just recording inside of this courthouse because I came here for jury duty, right? So I wore the attire that you see me wearing here, which it says Constitutional Freedom Fighter. That's actually someone's YouTube channel if you want to check him out. He was at Audit Palooza last year. I got to meet him, great guy. Type of 1, by the way, if you can hear me okay. I'm using my mic here. Let me start there. Can you guys hear me? You know of them?
I know one thing. This fucking society.
Yeah. Well, you.
And the way women.
Yeah.
Can do men with divorce and take all of it.
Oh, dude, I'll shake your hand. I've been through that twice. Man.
Twice.
We always get the short end of the straw. I don't call it child support. I call it mom support.
Do you think this would happen in 1880? No.
No. Hey, God bless you. Have a good one.
Yeah, God bless me, all right.
Yeah, well, hope it turns out okay. Anywho, so I'm wearing this attire today because I wanted to, see how our government treats those or looks upon someone wearing constitutional loving attire. I'm also sporting my hat here. It says, "Don't tread on me." So anyway, I was here for jury duty this morning, and after waiting a few hours, they finally let my group know that they were actually canceling the trial. So they said I'm dismissed from any sort of jury duty for at least the next 12 months. So I figured, okay, great, that's great news. So now I can just kind of hang around and get some pictures and video while I'm here. So I started walking around the courthouse. I went to the second floor. Of course, there was a couple people who were like, "Is he recording in here?" And then one dude was like, "Oh, that's just weird. You know, he's looking to, you know what they usually say. He's looking to get a rise out of people." And then his girlfriend or whoever was standing in front of him getting served at the window, she turns around and looks at him and goes, no. She goes, he's exercising his rights. It's one of those use it or lose it things. I'm like, amen, sister. I was like, preach. So this woman who was in there watches these sorts of videos, First Amendment audits. I don't know if she's seen me or not, but she only watches them on Instagram, so she doesn't really watch YouTube. But I told her we took a picture together, and this was all recorded, by the way. I thought that would have been a pretty cool addition to the video that would have come out to you guys, but I'll explain why that's not going to be coming out. So I'm walking around the courthouse, just taking video like this, and just walking around casually. I walked into like the injunction. I think it was like the injunction hearing room or something. It was an office. It wasn't a courtroom. Crap, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna have to. One second, guys. I'm gonna have to move this. Of course, it starts to rain right when I start doing this. Are you with Allied Universal? Yeah. I see you guys everywhere I go. I'll try to stay out of the way over here. Sorry guys, 1 second. I'm trying to get out of the rain. There we go. That's better. Okay, so if you're just now popping into this live, I'm over here at the Osceola County Courthouse in Kissimmee, Florida, where I was summoned to jury duty. And I was supposed to be a juror, right? And so I wore this attire, Constitutional Freedom Fighter, which is a YouTube channel. Check him out. He sent me the shirt in the mail when I told him I had jury duty. This is my hat here. It says, "Don't tread on me." So, wow, it's really pouring now. Move this a little bit closer. So I figured when it was canceled, not just me, but the whole group that I was in. They canceled the trial. So I figured, while I'm here, I might as well do another civic duty since I couldn't do the jury duty, which is a civic duty, which is to take pictures and video inside of our public buildings here. And I went to the second floor of this courthouse, and I was met with a little bit of, of course, those salty looks. And there was this individual who was starting to say, oh, he's just getting a rise out of people. And then his girlfriend was like, no, I watch these videos. It's like you use your rights or you lose them. I was like, amen. So she got a picture with me and everything. It was a great, some great footage, which I'm not going to be able to share with you. And here's why. Because I went inside of an office, a public office, and it had a sign on the outside of the door. Of course, no statute or anything referencing anything. And it said no recording inside of this office. Well, I walk inside the office recording. Of course, I'm going to do that, right? So I walk inside the office, and there's, of course, a woman who says, "Oh, he's recording." And she starts ratting me out to the staff there, and the staff said, "We can't do anything about it." And I said, "That's why I'm here. I'm just showing that this is non-enforceable." And as I continue walking around, shortly thereafter, a law enforcement officer, a deputy, comes up to me and says, sir, I'm sorry, you actually can't record in here. There's an administrative order. As soon as I heard administrative order, I go, okay, yeah, no problem. She goes, can you follow me out here? I said, sure. So I followed her out into the hallway area that I came from, and she was nice, and she said, I'll go grab the administrative order, judge's order. I think those are synonymous for meaning the same thing. And so as I'm waiting for her, another two officers come up to me. One of them was kind of standoffish. The other one was super cool. He's like, man, I'm not here to, his name was Deputy Owens. Deputy Owens is awesome. And Deputy Owens said, I'm not here to be Judge Dredd or RoboCop or anything. I'm just, here to share with you the administrative order. I'm sure you've been through this before. I'm sure you know what you're doing, but it's just these two rooms on the third floor. Because he says he's like on the second floor, which is I went to first. I had no issues there from any of the staff. He goes, on the second floor, you can record in any of the offices there, but he goes, on the third floor, they have people who are like victims for injunctions and stuff, which we all know most of that injunction crap is coming from women who are just trying to keep the fathers at bay or their husband at bay from seeing the children and stuff like that. But anyway, of course, they're going to try to make them more of a victim than they really are. And that's the reasoning behind why they made those two offices on the third floor restricted from recording. And it was because of this administrative order. Now, I don't mess around with administrative orders. I'm sure you guys have heard this from other activists that, hey, if you are going against a judge's order and the judge wants to see you, they can hold you in contempt, and good luck, out of that one. So, but this is interesting what happened to me next. So I'm out there just, shooting the breeze with two officers, and the other officer starting to lighten up a little bit when he saw that Deputy Owens was being super cool and chill with me and having a conversation about the First Amendment and everything. I would have loved to show you guys this footage. Anyway, as he and I are talking and he's showing me the ordinance and we're looking through it, another officer opens the door to one of the rooms that has that sign, and he says, sir, judge wants to see you. And he was completely stoic, like, come on, now. I was like, whoa, okay, all right. So as I'm walking in there, he goes, take your hat off. So I took my hat off, I sat down. Here I am in front of the judge. And I thought for sure that I was going to end up getting held in contempt, even though immediately I complied with law enforcement when they said there's an administrative order, follow me. I said, sure, no problem. I don't mess around with administrative orders. So I was just hanging around recording outside of the office, getting educated on what they have here, which is right here. They gave me a copy. Obviously, I didn't get held in contempt because I'm out here talking to you now. But yeah, I spoke to the judge. The judge was like, yeah, we have an administrative order here, a judge's order. You cannot record. Hey, what's up, Rides Crispy? You cannot record in these offices here, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh yeah, Judge, I'm 100% on board with that. I actually was just getting the run through by one of your professional officers, I might add, Deputy Owens, and he was just kind of showing me the order. And I said, I didn't show any pushback or anything. I said, I just want to make that clear. And she's like, okay, well, you can't go into those rooms on Tuesdays and Thursdays because of victims being in those offices. I disagree, guys. I disagree 100% with this judge's order or administrative order. But again, you don't want to mess around with those sorts of things when the judge is going to be the one presiding over you and you are going to be held in contempt. So I just let the judge know right off the bat. There was no pushback for me. I was actually just having a conversation right outside the door with officers and immediately complied with their order. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to need to see you delete that footage now. So I was like, crap. I was like, the whole video or just the part where she's like, no, the whole video. So I'm like, do you need to see me do it? She's like, yeah. So she sent the officer to come over and look at me, delete the footage, and then delete it out of my deleted folder. So unfortunately, you guys are never going to see that video. It was a good one. It started off with, a fan, if you will, of First Amendment auditing who corrected her boyfriend or whatever, saying, no, these rights are a good thing, use it or lose it. And then she got a photo with me. So thank you, Les, for the $5, man. Appreciate you, man. Got a selfie with her, got a nice thumbnail picture of her. I was like, you want to be in the thumbnail? She's like, yeah. So she's like, would have had a nice thumbnail there. And yeah, she was excited to see the video later, and that would have been nice to show that part and also show, everything I experienced that I explained up to this point. It just sucks, man, because I had a pretty good video. There was no reason for the judge to pull me in like that. I guess someone told the judge that there was, I'm just guessing, this is my opinion or a suspicion that maybe somebody told the judge that I was giving pushback or I was violating the judge's order despite being informed about it, but that never happened. So once I let the judge know that, she's like, okay, well, you need to delete that because if that video comes up anywhere, it's evidence that there was a violation or a violation had occurred, and that could lead to me being held in contempt, I guess, at a later time. So anyway, guys, so that's the story. Had to delete my video right there in front of the judge. But as soon as I walked out of the room where I was having that interaction with the judge, those cops were still standing inside. We had a very good conversation. Like, hey, man, you can turn your camera back on and record us. We don't care. And you can record anywhere in the courthouse. You just can't go into just those 2 offices on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the 3rd floor. So I'm like, well, now I know. I didn't know that before. I just find it very strange the judge had to go through all that. There wasn't any pushback from me. So, but it is unconstitutional. The moral of the story is judges have way too much power, way too much qualified immunity. I mean, they've got like an extra layer or two of qualified immunity. You thought cops had qualified immunity? Oh boy, judges have so much more. It's ridiculous. And it sucks because my video will never see the light of day. But I wanted to tell the story and let you guys know if you're ever in a situation where you're in a courthouse and they have an administrative, you hear the word or phrase administrative order or judge's order, you don't want to butt heads with that because it won't work out well for you. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in here. I was going to go out and do some audits around here, but it's raining. So, but yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys again pretty soon. And until next time, truth, trigger, troll. See you guys.